What if, one day, humanity discovered a way to stop aging forever? No more wrinkles, no more growing old, no natural end to life. At first, it would become the greatest scientific breakthrough in history. People around the world celebrate. Millions dream of living forever. Families imagine spending centuries together. Death itself seems defeated. Humanity believes it has conquered its oldest enemy. The impossible has finally become possible. The aging process has been stopped. Every damaged cell repairs itself. The human body renews itself endlessly. Medical science enters a completely new era. At first, the future has never looked brighter. Everyone believes life will finally become perfect. But every great discovery comes with consequences, and humanity is about to discover that living forever may create problems far greater than death itself. Years begin to pass, but nobody grows older. Parents remain young. Generations begin looking identical. Hospitals become quieter. Age-related diseases nearly disappear. Human health reaches levels never seen before. The world celebrates a new era. But another problem begins to grow. The population never stops increasing. New lives continue to arrive, but almost no one leaves. Every year, the planet becomes more crowded. Space becomes more valuable than ever. Competition increases. Resources begin to disappear faster. Food becomes harder to produce. Fresh water becomes increasingly precious. Energy demand reaches historic highs. Governments begin searching for solutions. But every solution creates new problems, because humanity has changed one rule of nature without understanding everything connected to it. The pressure keeps growing. Every empty space becomes a new home. Cities stretch higher into the sky, but there is still not enough room. Every generation continues to grow. Food supplies begin falling behind demand. Farmers struggle to feed billions more people. Simple necessities become harder to obtain. Fresh water becomes one of Earth's most valuable resources. Energy systems operate without rest. Experts warn that the planet has limits. World leaders search for impossible answers, because immortality solved one problem, only to create many others. Soon another crisis begins to appear. Nobody retires anymore. The same people keep the same jobs for centuries. Every year, millions of young people enter adulthood, but very few positions become available. Opportunity becomes increasingly rare. For the first time, people begin asking a difficult question. Was defeating death really humanity's greatest victory? Dreams begin to fade. The world's most powerful positions never become available. Leadership stops changing. Experience keeps growing. But new ideas struggle to find space. Innovation begins slowing down. Progress becomes harder than before. Millions continue learning. Yet fewer opportunities exist. Frustration slowly spreads across society. Communities begin feeling the pressure. People demand change. Governments face impossible decisions. Scientists search for new solutions, but every answer creates another question. If nobody dies, should new life continue without limits? It becomes one of the hardest questions humanity has ever faced. Because immortality changes more than life. It changes the meaning of the future itself, and humanity begins wondering, have we truly escaped death? Or have we created a different kind of challenge? The celebration slowly disappears. Reality begins to replace excitement. Every minute, more people are born, but almost no one is leaving. The balance of nature begins to disappear. Wild spaces become increasingly rare. Humanity keeps expanding. Nature keeps retreating. Consumption reaches unprecedented levels. Waste continues to grow. The planet begins showing signs of exhaustion. For centuries, humanity feared death. Now, it begins fearing endless life. The greatest dream has become humanity's greatest dilemma. And this is only the beginning, because an even bigger question is approaching. If humans can live forever, will humanity still have a future, or will immortality become the beginning of the end?
100 years have passed, yet the faces remain the same. Time continues moving, but humanity no longer ages. a new generation grows up, knowing death only from history books. To them, aging sounds almost unbelievable. Living forever feels completely normal. But another problem begins to emerge. When life never ends, how do you measure time? How do you stay motivated when tomorrow never seems to matter? Many people stop chasing their dreams because there is always more time. Urgency begins to disappear. Life becomes slower, not because people are tired, but because nothing feels urgent anymore. And without urgency, purpose slowly begins to fade. Humanity solved aging, but created a challenge no one expected. Centuries continue to pass, but the human mind was never designed to carry endless memories. Every year adds another chapter. Every century adds another lifetime. Eventually, the oldest memories begin to disappear. Names become difficult to remember. Faces begin to blur together. Because even the strongest mind has limits. The body may remain young, but the mind grows heavier. Imagine remembering hundreds of years of joy, success, friendships, and unforgettable moments. Now imagine carrying them for centuries. Would the human mind adapt, or would it eventually become overwhelmed? For the first time, immortality begins to feel less like a gift and more like a lifelong burden. As the centuries pass, life becomes predictable. The excitement of tomorrow slowly fades, because tomorrow always exists. There is no hurry to explore, no urgency to learn, no pressure to create. Everything can wait. And so it does. Ambition begins to disappear. Goals lose their meaning, because there is no finish line anymore. Then, another unexpected change appears. Relationships begin to change. Promises made forever now truly mean forever. A lifetime together could become centuries together. Would love grow stronger or become harder to sustain? Nobody truly knows, because humanity has entered a future no generation was ever prepared for. And the biggest challenge is still waiting ahead. Knowledge grows without limits. Every generation inherits the discoveries of the last and continues building upon them. Technology advances faster than ever before. Diseases become increasingly rare. Energy becomes cleaner and more efficient. Humanity finally reaches farther into space. New worlds begin to open. Some believe the future has finally arrived. Others believe it is only the beginning, because immortality changes humanity's relationship with time itself. Projects once considered impossible can now take centuries to complete. Patience becomes humanity's greatest strength, because people are no longer racing against time. Yet one mystery remains unanswered. Can the human mind truly endure forever? Or does every mind eventually reach its limit? That question may decide humanity's future, because living forever is very different from living well forever. And the answer may surprise everyone. Thousands of years pass. Civilization continues to evolve. Technology becomes almost unimaginable. Machines perform most daily tasks. People are finally free to focus on creativity. Discovery becomes humanity's greatest purpose. Yet one question never disappears. If life has no ending, what gives each day its value? Perhaps it isn't endless time, but the moments we choose to cherish. Perhaps meaning comes from knowing that time is precious. And when time becomes endless, its value may begin to fade. Immortality may solve many problems, but it creates entirely new ones. Like every powerful invention, its impact depends on how we use it. And perhaps the greatest gift was never living forever, but learning how to use the time we already have, because in the end, It may not be the length of life that matters, but how we choose to live it. 5,000 years have passed. Humanity still exists, still learning, still exploring, still dreaming. But one question remains. Did immortality truly make life better? Or did it simply exchange one challenge for another? Perhaps. The value of life was never measured by its length, but by the moments we choose to fill it with. Every beginning feels meaningful because every moment is limited. Remove that limit, and life may lose its urgency. Perhaps death was never humanity's greatest enemy. Perhaps wasting time was, because every day is an opportunity that never comes twice. Imagine waking up tomorrow, knowing you could live forever. Would you celebrate, or would you hesitate? Because every decision would follow you forever. Every success, every mistake, every memory would stay with you for eternity. Maybe immortality would be humanity's greatest achievement, or perhaps its greatest test. No one truly knows, because the future has never been written in advance. It depends on the choices humanity makes, and maybe the most important question isn't whether we can live forever. It's whether we should. What do you think? If humanity could become immortal, would it create a better future or a more complicated one? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed exploring big ideas like this, subscribe to GrowFi Theory and join us for more mind-bending questions about the future, science, and humanity. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep questioning the impossible.